Sean, you and I have agreed Donald Trump has done some great things in a hurry as president, and a lot of them. But one of the things I think he's done very, very badly is suck up to Russian President Vladimir Putin and blame Ukraine for getting invaded by Russia and for not giving in to Russia. But 2 days ago, President Trump finally corrected with Putin for bombing Ukraine with record numbers of drones. He wrote on Truth Social, he's gone absolutely crazy. He's needlessly killing a lot of people. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine, but if he does, it will lead to the downfall of Russia. What do you think is going on in his mind, and will he now really make Russia pay?
I think he's upset, and rightfully so, because Putin, look, the deal that was on the table is frankly the best and most generous deal that Putin could and should ever get, right? There's no question he invaded Ukraine unprovoked. He is responsible for killing, I would assume it's well into the thousands now, of innocent Ukrainians. And I think the idea that you could walk away with some of this land that you've annexed under your control is probably the best deal ever you're going to get. So the idea that we're willing to make these concessions about Ukraine's NATO membership, the status of some of the annexed land, I get why Trump's furious. He wanted to end this. Trump is very proud, and rightfully so, of the fact that for 40 years during his first term, there was no major worldwide incursion, not just Russia, who had annexed land or gone to war basically with every previous modern president of both parties. The world was relatively stable. Then Joe Biden comes in, the great statesman. We have a failed withdrawal out of Afghanistan. Gaza and Israel is a mess. Ukraine and Russia is a mess. China's being rather provocative. And so the idea, and then you've got Iran, of course. So the idea that Trump is saying, look, I'm going to go in and I want to make peace. I want to end the killing and the destruction. And he gave what I would say is a very long leash. And I know you and I disagree on this a little, but I think that Trump's view was, I want peace to break out. I want the killing to end. And I've witnessed firsthand how he is personally affected by the innocent killing of individuals, whether it's Americans or people in Syria or around the world. So I know that this is a personal issue for him. And I think that he views this as, hey, Vladimir, I gave you a long leash. I gave you the most favorable terms you could ever get, and you've taken advantage of me. I think this is very personal for him, and I hope and expect that in the next, week or so, he really makes that known beyond just social media posts.
Yes, so do I. Look, my difference here was that I always knew that Putin couldn't be trusted, and he was an aggressor. He's created a number of wars already. Well, let's see. It needs to be backed up with action, as you suggest. So
I agree.
If that happens, then I can go back on Team Trump. But until then, oh my goodness, this is such a dramatic point in time of history. Sean Spicer, thank you so much for your time.
You bet, Andrew. Take care.